Welcome to another episode of Capital's Corner. Today we have a very good friend of mine.
Ashley.
Hello, Ashley.
Hi, Alex.
How are you? I'm good. Thank you. Thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me.
No problem at all. How have things been?
So far, so good.
Good. Happy
It's
to hear
really
that.
like gross and rainy outside right now.
I
But
know.
I'm
I know.
like being optimistic.
You came bundled up though.
Oh,
You were,
heck yeah, I'm an Eskimo.
yes.
I
to
keep
the
telling
T.
people my melanin does not work in this weather. I can't do it. I cannot do it.
I can't stand this.
But then
weather.
again, I don't like the summers either. 'Cause
I
it's
like the summer. It's all right.
Like if you're in the shade, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But like if you're out in the open.
I don't want heat. I don't want the sun slapping my body.
Exactly.
I don't.
And people don't understand, like, even as a black person, like, yeah, we get sunburned.
No, we do. And it's irritating.
It's
Yes.
so irritating.
It is. It is.
I have so many aloe leaves in my house, dude.
Yes.
Not even funny.
Yes.
Because I just prep for everything.
Aloe. That is the way.
I prep for everything.
Good. So what do we have going on? What do we have going on here today? What is this?
So,
what do we have here?
About 2 or 3 months ago, I
Okay.
started my own company.
Ooh, okay.
And it took a minute because I had started my 2-year holistic journey
Mm-hmm.
in, I want to say, like 2014-ish, 2015-ish.
What is a holistic journey for those that may not know?
So a holistic journey is basically going
Gotcha.
off of going off of Mother Earth and alternative medicine. So instead of going to a modernized doctor
Yes.
and seeking chemically induced,
Amen to that.
I say
Yes.
chemically induced
It is.
products and
It is.
chemicals and
Yes.
pills and stuff. You're actually using what the earth gives you.
Yeah. And that's all we need.
Yeah.
People don't understand that.
No,
That's
they
all we
don't, and
need.
it's kind of sad that they don't. But
Thank
at the
you.
same time, I get it.
Yeah.
You know, we're programmed to believe.
To accept it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, we are.
To believe that if you're sick, you have to go to a
Doctor.
clinic
Yeah.
or a doctor.
No.
And that's what actually ticked me
No.
off.
Yes.
And that's actually what brought me to my company, because I think I was going to the doctor, dermatologist, endocrinologist, cardiologist, asthma specialist. I was going to all of this stuff like 10 times in a month or like 20 times in a month. And I was like, no. I can't keep doing
It's not
this.
worth it. It's not worth it. So, all right, what's the name of this brilliant company that you have?
It is called Divine Self Rituals.
Ooh.
And
Oh.
it's called Divine Self Rituals because you are honoring yourself
Yes.
inside and out while giving thanks to Mother Earth.
Hence to the feel good episode.
Yes.
Everything about this feels good.
Yes, everything.
Everything. And your ingredients.
You can pronounce them. You notice that?
Yes.
And I'm not one of those companies that's going to put certain ingredients down. I just learned about that, Alex. I couldn't believe it, that there are certain companies, like by law, your companies don't have to tell you everything.
No, of course not. You
I
give
don't
the
like that.
what's it called? Inactive ingredients. Inactive. You can put whatever you want to put on it.
Oh,
As long as
no.
you state what is it, like 70, 80% of what you actually have in there.
Oh my God,
That's
that's
big
disgusting.
business. FCC said it's okay. So
Well, and if anything, everyone should be looking into B corporations, which are corporations that are socially conscious towards the environment and their community. So if anybody out there wants to start a company or a business, start thinking about B Corps and looking into B Corps, because that's what I'm doing, along with fellow people I know as well.
turmeric. Joints inflammation.
Which I make myself. I make that at home.
Yes.
Myself.
Yes. Say that again.
I make everything myself. It's handmade.
Handmade, handcrafted with love. Ooh.
All
rather
raw
than body
ingredients,
butter.
natural ingredients,
Oh my God.
right?
That
And you see how it's like
smells
liquidy and
amazing.
stuff like
Yes,
that? It's
yes,
because it's real.
Yes.
Like there's no additives,
No
no preservatives,
solidified,
no
yes.
anything. I don't have any binding agents. Like everything that you see there is there. If you were to put it in the refrigerator, it would
It
harden
will solidify.
up
Yeah.
because it's coconut oil and shea butter.
Yes.
But that's about it. That is it,
Oh my
dude.
God, that smells so good. That
That's
smells
it.
like fresh out the shower, happiness, big smiles. I'm trying to get the focus there. There we go. Pow.
This is actually
Pow.
part of, except for the turmeric, but the scrub and the candle and the body butter and the soap are part of what I just recently started.
My goodness.
It's a limited
that, look at
edition
that.
Christmas essential basket for 2019. So this was like the first official product that I was
Look at that.
selling. So
Packaged so beautifully.
yes.
Festive. Oh my Ashley.
And there's a reason why there's a loofah. I just recently watched
What is
a
the loofah made of?
documentary. It's a seed.
Okay.
It's a seed from a plant.
All right.
So it literally comes from the plant, and you open up the shell, and that is the loofah itself. They grow super fast. They're biodegradable. So after you're done using it, you can literally plant it anywhere,
Yes.
and it will just start to degrade by itself.
Nice.
Or if you have a compost bin, you can put
You
it
put
in
it in
there
there.
too. Yep.
That feels really good.
I
Oh my
know.
goodness. Oh my goodness. So, all right. Did you make this loofah?
I did not. I
All
actually
right.
buy it from a brand that I buy my toothbrushes from, Brush with Bamboo, which
Okay.
I
Sponsor her.
which I love because all of their like everything about them is from the ground to the table, farm to the table,
I love that.
and I love them. They give you so many different ways of disposal and care of the products that they give. I actually love the fact that the loofah can be used as a sponge, and it can also be used as a washcloth or a replacement for a washcloth. It could also be used to clean. So versatile, and you're not wasting anything. You're not throwing anything in the garbage. It's not going into landfills. And
Yes.
it's very hard to become zero waste because there's no such thing as zero waste because
No.
these companies force you
Yes.
to buy
Yes.
their stuff, and then it comes in a box or it comes in plastic or it comes in whatever. So it's like, well, what do you do with the outer shells of stuff? Hence why all of these are jars.
Yes,
Clear
reusable.
glass jars that
Yes.
you can reuse for food storage.
Yes.
You can reuse for knickknacks.
Anything.
anything.
Yes.
Anything. And
You are on the right track. It's not even the right track. You are on the track.
yes.
That's the track. That's the only track. So what inspired you to take this route? Aside from the doctors and all that extra stuff, because you could have easily said, listen, I just want to get my thing going. You started your journey. I want to continue my journey. This is for me. But what made you say, I want to share a piece of my journey with the people?
My friends.
Okay.
A lot of my friends are like, oh my God, Ashley, you've been losing weight. Your skin's so clear. You never have any how do you not have imperfections? And I'm like, everybody has imperfections, including myself. I'm so self-conscious. It's not even funny.
Yes.
And they were like, well, what are you using? So I would start talking to them about all of this stuff. I would, tell them what I do as my morning ritual, my morning routine.
Okay.
I tell them what I'd start implementing in my own household. And they were like, oh, well, could you make me something?
So that's how it started.
That's how it started.
I was one of those people.
Yes, you were.
I was.
You were definitely one of those
Yes.
people. And your whole family, though, I love
Yes,
it because you
yes.
guys are like my biggest testers.
We were guinea pigs. But there's nothing wrong with though. Everything worked perfectly. So yes.
Yeah,
we
because the
were
first
satisfied.
thing was your lemon soap,
So,
right?
yes.
And
yes,
I saw those pictures
yes,
because when
yes.
Fallon sent me those pictures, I was
Yes.
crying.
I'm telling you.
I was crying. And it took me a minute because one of the things that's hard to balance with making certain products is using real ingredients because that's when it has a shelf life.
Yes.
And I have to tell people that, like my products, they do have like a 2 to 3 or
Of
like
course.
a month or
No,
a
of
year,
course,
stuff
of
like
course,
that.
of course. It's perishable products. You're not using anything artificial. You're using everything that's natural.
Exactly.
It's a shelf life.
But then I was like, everyone's going to be using all this stuff every day. So if anything, it's instant. So I'm not
yes.
worried. But for your soap, I put real lemon juice in that lemon soap, and I was just like
Thank you.
astounded.
Yes.
Astounded.
Ashley has done it. And I'm glad because people
Yep, tell me. Tell me.
people say this and that, I'm going to do it. And then it's like a week and people say, oh, you're not going to do it. It's not going to happen. You're not going to make it work. And it starts to tear you down as well.
Yeah, it does.
Because you have some self-doubt. I have self-doubts.
Yeah,
Before I started
everybody does.
anything, even with music, anything I do before I started, there's always a self-doubt. But it's like, I can do it.
Yes, you
But
can.
then you have other people that's like, oh, it's not easy. You may not be able to do it, rather than giving you some.
You know what I've learned is that if you can plan stuff out,
Yes.
it can work for you. But you
Always.
gotta, like, my tagline is you gotta give yourself time.
Yes.
Like, you have to give yourself
Of course
time.
you do.
And people don't understand that. They think that
Yes.
everything needs to be in the New York minute,
No.
fast, and all that stuff.
No.
No. I can safely tell you, your viewers, everybody, that I put my own money into my company. I don't have any sponsors, investors, anything like that.
We need sponsors.
I don't do any of that. I literally put my own money. So I work a full-time job, and my paychecks, I set aside a certain amount for my company.
And that's another thing that we were talking about before.
Yes.
People do not do that.
No.
People expect like, all right, GoFundMe. That kind of, I'm not saying like literally GoFundMe, but they expect that to starter kits.
Yep, and
there's no starter kits in life.
No.
There's none of that.
It would be nice if the world was like Monopoly. You know, every time you pass go, you get $200. That'd be awesome.
You have to work 40 hours and then pass that go. And check your account.
Not even, because then after you pass it, you still gotta pay taxes.
You gotta pay taxes. It's not when you land on a specific piece of property you pay taxes. It's every week, 2 weeks, whatever, you pay taxes. Yeah. So I don't mind. It is what it is, but I'm working on getting out of that little race.
Right?
Yeah,
right?
because
you have to.
It sucks.
It's draining.
It is. It takes the life right out of you.
It's the biggest succubus ever in life.
It really is.
Like, I'm starting to think that we really are in the Matrix, dude.
No,
like,
we are. That's what the movie was based on. About how life is. How we're here, but we're not here. Mm-hmm. Because we're so engulfed in all these other things. Like, we have the phone thing. And we're just engulfed in the digital realm. Watch these, though. Follow us. Watch them. Not you guys. Not you guys. But no, people are really caught up in like, oh, I just want to. It's comfort.
Yes.
You don't want to, like we said earlier, with the comfort zone. We missed out on some gold earlier. But the comfort zone. We can
go back to that gold. It's okay.
The comfort zone.
It is the comfort zone.
We don't want to step out the comfort zone. We feel so good being able to sit down and scroll down a timeline, or just not even have to go to the store and experience nature, experience life. Because even going to the store, there's nature. Clouds, some flowers maybe. Not now, but some flowers. But people rather sit on their phone and like a picture of flowers. and click Amazon, deliver now.
Or take stupid videos of like leaves in the wind, and I'm like,
why
don't you actually go
outside and enjoy the leaves and the wind? Let the wind touch your face. Feel the leaves. Feel the dirt. People are so disconnected from reality that we're connected to a hotspot, to Wi-Fi.
Hence why we're all programmed to believe, and media, social media, news, like, everybody is literally like pushing this idea that you should be scared, you should be fearful. Like, you should do something, but you should really think about the risk more than you think about the reward.
No.
And that kind of is like, okay, well, that's contradicting the idea of
so why do
being
anything?
Self-made. So if why should I even leave my house?
I know I can fill an application.
And
just, can you pay me, please? I'll give you my time for your money.
Exactly. And it's
please.
So sad.
It is sad because it's a circle.
It is.
It's a circle.
I recently quit my job. Not gonna say where, but I recently.
I'm not gonna say where, but
a big branded job.
It's done.
A big, because they have like 3 different stores like across the board, and
They're
I was telling I currently now work at an amazing yoga studio.
Which is a part of her journey.
Which is, part of my
journey. Think about that.
Yes,
See how the stars align?
Yes. And it's funny, I believe when we were working, I was telling you I felt off. Like I didn't know what it was, but I didn't feel like I belonged here. Like I was good at what I did. But I didn't feel like I belonged here, and it was a hassle for me to even get to our job, and then I was getting irritated and I wasn't feeling myself. And I can 100% tell you that since I started at this yoga studio 9 months ago.
Oh, you look better now. Not that you didn't look crappy before, but I feel like
you're crappy though, because I wasn't.
You have a glow.
Anything.
You have a glow about you.
Yeah, and
like
that's
a happiness.
And that's what I was like. Oh my God, this makes sense. Like I feel like I'm supposed to be here.
Yes.
Like this is where I need to be. I was supposed to be here, but everything happens for a reason.
No, of course.
So for me to go through that journey, I was like, okay, I get it now.
Yes.
And one of the things was funny because we have a group chat for our yoga studio, and I was telling me and another associate, we're like, oh, we really just want to quit our jobs. We hate it. And our boss said the most beautiful thing, and I just want to read it to you because I have to read it word for word.
Let's hear this.
She basically said, quitting is so scary for some reason. Why do we feel guilty for just taking charge of our lives? Modern capitalism making us stressed and anxious about everything. I hope I never make you guys feel that way. And she doesn't. She doesn't.
Whoever she is, tell her a
Megan.
round of applause, Megan.
Yes,
Keep that
Megan.
dynamic makes for a great work environment.
It does.
Like I tried to do that, but it does not work. I need a yoga studio because I can't do that in retail. I can't foster that kind of environment in retail.
But
doesn't
it did work for
No,
certain.
come on,
okay,
now.
it has to do with the people.
Come on.
Because I told you it has to do with the people.
I know.
I
You
told you
dropped
it was the
you know,
people,
I know.
and
And I
it's-
listened.
Yeah, you did.
And I did my best to,
And you
I
did.
take criticism, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And yeah.
There's like a backstory to all of this, guys. That's what you guys
everything
like
here.
don't
But,
see, but like it's fun. But yeah, when she said that, I just
Reminiscing.
light bulb. Dude,
Yes.
like light bulb. And I was doing overnights at this specific company.
Ouch.
And oh my God, like from 11 p.m. to 7 a.m. and then still
I've
having to
done
go
that.
to the
I've
yoga
done that.
studio
Yes.
and open and then close the yoga studio. Like
Oh
I was
my
exhausted.
God.
I
Of
wasn't doing
course.
anything.
You
I
have
wasn't
nothing
focused on
there's
anything.
nothing you can do.
There's nothing left.
But work,
And sleep.
sleep.
Yeah.
And it's not even sleep, it's sleep. Because
Right?
you're not getting
You're not getting the full 8 hours. You're
Nothing.
getting like 3 hours.
what is
And
that doing for you?
Right? And
You're
that's
not
funny.
refreshed.
And social life out the freaking
What is a
window.
social life at that point?
Out the window.
This,
Like
your social life is whatever you can get done like this.
Not
if you can even do
I would
that.
sleep. Like one of my friends would come over and he would just be like, "It's okay. I know you're gonna be sleeping, so I'll just sit here. Like as long as I get to be around you, that's all that
Oh,
matters."
See, that's nice.
So I was like, "Okay, cool."
That's
So
nice.
literally come over. He'd like cook and make all this stuff for me and make coffee and stuff. And he'd wake me up and be like, "Ashley, I need you to eat because you've been sleeping like this whole time. So like let me wake you up
not
and eat
even
and
getting a
stuff."
chance to eat.
Oh yeah. I was gaining weight. I was feeling sluggish. I was feeling fatigued. I could not think
You made
straight.
the best move.
Yes.
Even though I always, because someone else told me this. Someone said, "What is it? Don't throw out your old water until you." It's one of those sayings
Oh,
that
one of those like cookie cutter
you
expressions.
know
and
where they
stuff?
tell
Okay.
you don't do this without doing that. And I agreed with him to an extent because I want to leave. I want to leave where I am now.
Yeah.
I do. I don't think there's anything else for me there. Like I'm not gonna say like, I know everything, but I know enough to help me get to where I
The
need
next
to
point,
be. Yeah.
You need.
And
I've always think
If
that
they're
you need
not
to level
gonna,
up.
thank you. If they're not gonna provide that for me,
Mhm.
maybe this is not the place for me.
It's not.
I feel like I hit like a wall at this point.
Yeah, because now at this point you're just going there because it is the
What I
thing
have to
that
do.
fuels your household. It's what
have
gives
to do
you
this.
the money to get food and
Yes.
pays the electric.
So
Yeah,
I
get it.
have to do this.
Mhm.
But there's a door right there. There's a like right. I'm at the wall.
Yeah,
And I'm just like,
yeah.
but there's a door like right there, and I'm looking at the door, and I'm like, do I want to walk through that door?
Uh huh.
Which goes back to what we're saying.
The comfort zone. Yeah.
So I want to step out of that comfort zone.
But you already know from the job that you are previously at right now you already know how much you're going to get paid. You know when you're going to get paid. So that's where the security and the comfort come in.
Exactly.
But it's also about you believing in yourself. And
No,
that
I do. I do.
Well, when I say everyone does believe in themselves, but when I say I truly now believe in myself, for me to have left this
You
big
took the
company
step, yes.
and say and
You
be
took
like,
the
listen,
step.
I'm not doing this anymore. I'm not allowing my financial hardships, or I'm not allowing modern society or capitalism or anybody tell me
Just hitting the
that
spot right
I need to keep doing and breaking
Yes.
myself down to the bare
For
bone
what?
for a paycheck.
For what?
For
really?
paper.
Really?
From paper that comes from
Disposable
trees that we
paper.
are literally breaking down, and then we don't
Destroying.
get oxygen. Like it's a whole
We're-
cycle, guys.
yes, it
It's
is.
a cycle.
We're killing ourselves.
Yes, we are killing ourselves. And
God.
I finally said to myself, I believe in myself enough to do this.
No,
and
good.
I will make it work. And everything happens for a reason.
Yes.
So I'm not going to allow myself to feel like that, to feel crummy and to feel bad because I need a paycheck, because I need to have a roof over my head. Money will come and go.
Money
That
will
is
always
the most
come and go. I learned that.
best expression that actually is true
I learned that.
I love, because
learned that.
it will literally come and go. You could be rich one day and then you could be poor the next.
And then vice versa.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I'm rich. So it happens like that. It does happen
does.
like that.
Dude, there's so much. But the good news is
don't
that 2019 was the year of self-expression. So the fact that you're thinking about like the wall and you're there and you see the
I'm
door.
there, yeah.
Before you couldn't see the door. Before the door was so far away it was like in a desert somewhere in like the
I
Sahara.
wasn't worried about the door at that time.
Exactly. So now that you're actually in front of the door, you're actually seeing that, this means something, and you're starting to break out. You're a zombie at this point. You wake up, do your usual routine, get in your car, drive, you get there, you look at the oh God, and then you walk in, and then you're just done. But now you see that door, so now you're getting closer and closer.
Like the time thing, it takes time,
it
and I
takes
know
time.
I took my time because I had more to learn. I know I had more to learn. Not like I said, I don't know everything.
No one knows that.
But I know enough to do what I do and to take that to another place.
Exactly.
I know what to do. What I learned from there, I can put into I can put into this because I know how to speak with people. I mean, I know how to speak with people before, but I'm saying that type of job, it brings you out of your comfort zone because you have to learn about different things and talk about different things. So it kind of gives me an edge. Like, okay, I know how certain people react to certain things.
Yeah, because not everyone's the same. Not every consumer is the same.
At all. So you learn about different types. So it's like, what else do you guys have for me?
Yeah.
Nothing. You have nothing for me.
But like I said, it goes back to you already know, you have a set schedule in knowing
No, of course.
how everything works in there, and you have a set schedule knowing when you get paid as well. Now, I've met really interesting people from, I think I've been out of the company for what?
Maybe about a year.
Yeah,
probably just about to hit a year.
About to hit a year.
Funny thing, I was throwing out some paperwork, and I saw your signature. I'm like, ah. And it's funny because it was
that one of the
Sunday.
weeks I won?
It was yesterday. It was yesterday. I was Sunday. Yesterday was Sunday paperwork for the week because it's a fresh week on Sundays. We start the week. I was throwing things away.
Yeah, so it has been about a year.
It's been about a year because I have to throw a year to the date. I have to throw them out.
Okay.
So that's crazy.
That is.
That's crazy. I'm happy for you though. I am ecstatic. Like, yes, go.
Yes.
Keep on that road. You know what I mean? Keep on that road. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Oh, there's nothing deterring me from this.
No, I know that.
Because now I will figure it out. You know, the people that I've met, like true hustlers, that I've okay. So one of the things, like when you get a part-time job or a full-time job, that's security. That's stability. You already know that you're going to get paid because somebody else is paying you.
Yeah, of course.
But when you're hustling, you have to go out there and you have to make
get it
moves.
on your own. Yeah.
You're doing a lot of stuff, and people don't understand that.
Yes.
They do not understand how much all of this takes. Like this preparation for my basket took at least 3 months.
God.
And that's not including me ordering the jars and then ordering the ingredients and then having to do each product week by week.
Yes.
Because I wasn't going to do everything all at once.
No. Handle this, a batch.
Yep.
That, a batch. That, a batch.
Exactly.
Of
and
course.
that's exactly what I did.
Of course.
Because there was no way.
No. That's
that
poor time
schedule?
management. No, you do it the right way. The way you did it was perfect. Yes.
Exactly. And I think for me, and I strongly encourage everybody, is that, like I said, give yourself time. Everything Rome was not built in a day.
At all.
Neither was the Sistine Chapel. Nothing.
Neither are we.
Yeah.
Because you don't come out
an adult
at all. The literal baby steps to the process to where we are now. We live, we learn, mistakes, good things, bad things. Everything has a purpose. So I don't get worried. Like, I'm not stressed about the job. Period.
Good.
I am the least bit, it's like this much stress. And it's not even, it's this much because it's nothing.
Yeah.
I'm not worried. It's just, I went out. That's all.
Yeah.
You know how when it's like, I'm done. But I'm not going to half-ass it. I'm not going to give less than what I usually give. I'm still going to do what I have to do because I understand that this is what I signed up for.
Yep.
If I sign up for something, I'm going to get it done, knock it out the park. But I'm not me. I'm not me. I'm not. I see it every day now. I'm not me. Right now, I feel good. I feel great.
You should, because this is your baby.
I feel great.
This is what you're supposed to be doing.
This is me, and I'm happy.
This is what you're supposed to be doing.
I like this. I love this. I'm still a little nervous, of course. I'm nervous. I'm nervous. I really am.
You're
no,
human.
seriously, I'm
you're
nervous.
Supposed to have these
I am
emotions.
nervous. Like we did the showcase earlier this year.
Yes.
I was nervous.
How was it?
It was great. It went a lot better than I expected. No, don't worry about that. There will be plenty more to come.
I can't wait. I'm gonna go to each and every one of them.
I was nervous. I was really nervous. It took time to plan. Fallon did a lot of the legwork.
Yeah,
She
and
did.
the turnout was
She did. It was
amazing.
I was like, oh my God. Really?
You were shocked,
I was
right?
like, what?
I was
But
like, oh my God.
I'm glad. It was a few milestones, a few first times for everything on that part too.
I'm still shocked about
emceed.
the turnout. Like,
So am
I
I,
think
dude.
as a business owner and as an entrepreneur, as an influencer, as whatever you call yourself, you're always shocked to see that people actually believe and support in you.
Yeah.
Like, that's where that, that before that fear comes in of you just like taking that leap of believing in yourself.
Yeah.
That's where it comes from, because it's like, what if no one likes it? What if
That's
no one
what I
likes
said.
me?
I was
no
pissed.
One, no one.
I didn't even care about that. I said, and I'm like this to a point,
Mhm.
like, cause I do numbers, like I run numbers
Yep,
all
I
day in
know.
my head. I'm running numbers.
Mhm.
So I'm like, yo, what if I spend all my money and I lose my money? Like, mind you, I didn't like, whatever.
Yes.
I'm gonna spend everything I got. No, it's a
You took
venue.
precautions, yeah.
Of course I did.
And
you know what I'm
looked
saying?
into it, you researched.
Yes. Cause if I don't care if I have $1 million, $1 is all my money.
Right?
I don't care. You're not about to tell
A
me
penny is
a
still-
penny is still all my money.
Yes.
You're not getting that out of me. Stop playing. And I spend. I know how to spend. I know how to maneuver. There's
Yep.
a time and place for everything. You
And
gotta
you know
know
what,
how
more
to do.
bang for your buck. You know what to look out for.
Exactly.
Yep.
So it's all proper planning. So
Mhm.
we found a venue. You know, I reached out to artists that we know, and thank you for coming out, all of y'all. And reached out to everybody. You know, got everybody involved.
Yep.
And it went from me being nervous about the amount of, like, the return to me being nervous about the turnout.
Mhm.
And then it went from me being nervous about the turnout to me, I actually performed that night. To me
You
being nervous about
did?
performing, never performed a day in my life. To me being nervous about the next one. So it's all processes
Yep.
throughout the thing. And I'm like, oh my God, MC'd. I talk a lot, but I never really MC'd
Yeah.
an event in front of people.
Mhm.
So that was
And
one.
people get to see you doing this, but
This is
they don't
fun.
actually see you live doing it.
No.
And that's
no.
like even better, because then
Yeah.
your energy is literally being transferred through
To
your
them.
art and through your MCing.
Yes.
And that's what people don't
I loved it.
understand.
I love this.
Yes.
I want to do this.
Yes, full time.
Yes.
Yes.
And I never wanted to be like, I didn't want to be an entertainer. Like, I want to rap.
Mhm.
But I don't want to rap. If you know
You have
what
to
I
explain
mean.
that to people.
Okay,
What that means, because
I want to write for people. I don't want to write and perform and go on tour and all this stuff. No, I want to take care of artists. Like, that's why I said that night I was not supposed to perform. It was supposed to be for other artists.
Mm-hmm.
So then I can reach out to them individually and say, hey, why don't you work with this person to do a song? Why don't you work with that person to do a
Yep.
song? And then we'll put this together. Like, I have a studio. We can work this out all
Yep.
together, But you should perform. You should perform. I'm like, but I did it. And I loved it. But that doesn't mean I want to be an entertainer. Like, I don't.
Yeah.
I want to just write some songs, sell some songs, write some bars and sell some bars, and, give me your money.
But here and now, here and there, having you do certain
No,
things
of course.
will show other people, my God,
The
he
potential,
is
the
like
talent,
a
yeah.
freaking,
I
he's
get
a
that.
threat. He's
I
a
get
triple,
that.
quadruple,
That's why I do the
octuple threat.
freestyles. I do the freestyles for that
I
purpose.
love those freestyles.
Thank
dude.
you. I do that
I
just
love those.
to display bars.
Yep.
That's bars. I
And
can
your
do
sound
songs.
and what you can do and what you're capable of.
Yes.
And
So
you do
that's why
all
I
the-
push
dude,
that.
Guys, he does all of this himself. Like, I kid you not. I'm sitting here right now and I'm in shock and
Thank you.
and awe, because what I do compared to this.
No. There's
Oh
there's no
my
scales.
goodness.
There's no scales. Because just like you're starting off with this, mind you, I've been making music. What am I? I've been making music since I was like, probably when I was like 8 years old, doing stupid little songs. Garbage. But I really started sitting down and writing when I was like 16. And recording when I was like 17, 18.
Okay.
So from there to now, you better be good at something. you better.
Not
be
better, but
good.
you've improved.
No, yeah.
And you've
So,
managed to.
I know how to do
your
it.
sounds a lot
I
clearer.
know how to do it. Yes.
And
yeah,
you've
exactly.
gotten to where you wanted it to be.
Essentially, yes. Because I still have to learn. I still have
Yeah,
to learn.
of
Like this, that's a small. Look, that's a small board. It's 8 channels. There's humongous boards that could take this whole wall.
Yeah, I've seen those.
You know what I mean? Even though I don't really want that, I don't think it's necessary. But I want to have higher quality and things like that. You know what I mean? I want this to not to be. I want it to be the whole size of the entire area.
Downstairs. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what I want. and a small corner for this type of thing, and another corner for music, and another corner for kicking back and relaxing.
Yeah, I can totally see like this whole down.
That's the goal.
I can see that.
That's the goal.
But you got to give yourself time. It's gonna happen.
I'm not worried.
Like everything in pieces, dude. Like I
I'm
love
not
pieces
worried.
at
So
this
do
point.
So do I.
Like
They come together.
yeah, they do.
They come together.
They do.
And make that portrait. It's a puzzle. Life is a puzzle.
It
Every day we pick
really
up a piece.
is.
We pick up a piece. We start to see the pictures and stuff like that. We'll be right back. That was not a smooth transition.
Well,
be
it's
right
because
back.
we got really into it.
We
So.
did. We did.